Hi wrestling fans, thanks for clicking on the Dreaded Heroes Report, the cover of Chris Jericho's new anticipated follow-up book to the New York Times bestseller, A Lion's Tale Undisputed, How to Become the World Champion in 1,372 Easy Steps has just been released. The 432-page hardback book, though, is going to be released, looks like February 16th, of course, next year. And apparently WWE does not want the superstars to have YouTube accounts from now on. Ted DiBiase mentioned on his Twitter account the other night he's considering opening up a YouTube account, but probably won't. Kofi Kingston had the weekend off of September 11th because he got married. And boom! Probably. Michelle McCool versus Beth Phoenix is being planned as the top women's program when Phoenix returns later this year. Danny McBride, star of HBO series Eastbound and Down, is going to be the guest host on October 11th. Raw from Seattle. WWE's advertising McBride as a bringing comedy to Raw. Well, that's going to be the first. Anyway, McBride is promoting also his second season of Eastbound and Down, which premieres this Sunday night. So it tells me it premieres Sunday and he's going to be on Raw Monday. You're late again. Anyway, the full lineup, they only do like 6 or 7 of them a season, I guess, Eastbound and Down. The full lineup so far for the guest host, it says guest host, they're supposed to be guest stars of Raw now. For October is on the 4th, Johnny Knoxville, 11th, Danny McBride, 18th, Bobby J. Thompson, 25th, Toby Keith. Alright, Randy Orton's not really high on his current babyface character, reports Pro Wrestling Torch. The reigning WWE champion feels he's natural as a heel and prefers to play that role. Yesterday, by the way, was Matt Hardy's birthday, turned 36 years old, and turning the channel. Alright, to Spike. Another recent change to the WWE wellness policy for talent that have gone through drug rehabilitation must undergo more frequent and unannounced testing programs, more other than the talent that hasn't been in rehab. By the way, speaking of rehab, Scott Hall was released from rehab facility last week to take care of some personal business, but is believed to have returned this week. As noted before, WWE is paying for Hall's treatment. Rey Mysterio, he's going to be making his return to Friday Night SmackDown on next week's show to take on Alberto Del Rio, which stomped the heck out of Christian tonight, as you'll see. Putting him out for months. This past weekend, WWE's fantastic movie Legendary with John Cena has earned a very low $191,000. WWE's return to Garrett Coliseum, Montgomery, Alabama, on January 8th at 7:30 p.m. Tickets go on sale November 4th. Rather, November 12th. My fault. The main event for tonight's Florida Championship Wrestling in Punta Gorda, Florida, is Husky Harris versus Michael McGillicuddy in a Falls Count Anywhere match. WWE Hall of Famer Howard Finkel. Finkel? Sounds like crap to me, but Finkel is also going to be appearing. WWE's releasing the top 50 superstars of all time, 3 DVD discs set on September 14th, right in time for Christmas. And I think they've come up with the top 50. They didn't ask us. They just kind of was telling them we're going to hash it out. And I don't know who the top one's going to be, but could it be possibly John Cena? I thought I was going to have a croak Thursday on WGN when they started doing the whole John Cena thing from Raw. I think it's just too much. Anyway, the official theme song for TNA Bound for Glory is FOL by Smashing Pumpkins. TNA officials, including Jeff Jarrett, is going to be having some business meetings in Mexico's AAA promotion from September 26th through September 28th. They're going to be discussing expanding the two companies' relationship. As noted before, October 7th, go-home edition of TNA Impact will be a live show. TNA Reaction at 11 o'clock is also going to be live. First time for that show. TNA is calling the October 7th show Before the Glory. Anyway, New Japan Pro Wrestling has officially announced their January 4th Tokyo Dome show. They're promising some of the biggest names from the United States coming over there. I have been asked. Anyways, I believe several TNA stars are going to be working the show since they won't be getting any stars from WWE, I'm sure. Ex-WWEs. Alright, last night's TNA Live Impact Hammerstein Ballroom in New York City. Jay Lethal lost the TNA X Division Championship that he won recently on Impact. Amazing Red is the new X Division champion after defeating Lethal in a Code Red. Apparently Red didn't know he was winning the belt ahead of time. Or he could have celebrated before and after. Bad news for SmackDown star Christian. Like I said, he was injured, not confirmed, but it's thinks a pectoral muscle. And he's going to be having surgery real soon. Probably be out about 6 months. Puts him around February on a return. Fellow SmackDown star MVP wishes him the best. Taker, by the way, is featured on the cover of the November 2010 WWE magazine. What else have I got here? Oh, I was telling you about Mickey James. Let's see about a little bit of history. Maybe this will take us right out. Alright, I got September 22nd. And I think we're the 24th. I didn't tell you the 27th. Anyway, highlights from In Your House. Yes, I did tell you this, come to think of it. Hang on a second, let me find another one. I got three and a half minutes. Hold on. I'm back. Hey, I got some other news. Zack Ryder's character is going to be pushed more of a Jersey Shore knockoff, by the way. And apparently this is inspired by TNA's new Jersey Shore characters. And some in WWE are upset that TNA had the idea. So people think two ideas at the same time. Anyway, when Undertaker versus Sheamus match was talked about for WrestleMania 27, the idea is that the title unification match was not discussed though, but it was just a match talked about for WrestleMania, and the discussion over who would be the champion then wasn't talked about. But if that made sense to you, it didn't to me. So they may try to unify the damn title again. Last week's WWE officials were wanting talent to go promote Twitter on their TV, and were wanting everyone to have an account. This week, apparently, the idea has changed. WWE is continuing to push Twitter, but they want the stars to focus more on Facebook now. Wait till next week. It'll be MySpace. Hang on. Okay, how about some highlights? September 24th, 1984, Greg Valentine defeats Tito Santana to win the WWF Intercontinental Championship. 1999 at UFC, by the way, 22, only 22. Frank Shamrock retained the middleweight championship, defeating Tito Ortiz by submission in the 4th round. The year 2000, highlights from Unforgiven was Steve Blackman wins the Hardcore Battle Royal, retaining the Hardcore Championship, which I wish was still there, but you can't do it now with the children watching. And did I hear "Damn" the other night by CM Punk come out of his mouth on Nexus? I think I did. Wonder if we got in trouble. Hardy Boys, by the way, defeated Edge and Christian to win the WWF Tag Team titles in a steel cage. Eddie Guerrero defeated Rikishi by DQ. He retained the Intercontinental Championship. Rock defeated Kane, Undertaker, and Chris Benoit to retain the WWF Championship. It was a fatal 4-way match. Alright, September 24th. Highlights from TNA No Surrender. Senshi, sounds familiar, defeated Chris Sabin to retain the X Division title. AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels defeated the Latin American Exchange to win the NWA Tag Team Championship. And this was the Ultimate X match, which later TNA named Match of the Year. Jim Cornette announced that Kurt Angle has signed with TNA. Alright, today's birthdays. Ring of Honor, Bison Smith, born 1973. April Hunter, born 1974. Former NWO Nitro girl. Stephanie McMahon, born 1976. And I miss her. I wish she would come back, and the ratings would be just wonderful after that. Come on back, Stephanie. You can bring your kids if you want. We don't care, but come on back. You were always a pain in our ass, but we love to see you get it in the end. I gotta go.